Welcome or welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, I was off of YouTube for over a year and a half, but in the time that I was off, I recorded a bunch of various milestones in my life, and as you can tell from the title, we're gonna be going through my UOFT convocation graduation scenario. I had my convocation in June 2024. I am aware it is January of 2025. We're going to ignore how late this video is. This was a very special time for me to kind of reflect on my entire journey moving here to Toronto, going to my dream university, and I wanted to kind of share my experience with you guys. We reflect together, we look back on some memories, and you of course see my actual graduation. I hope you love this video as much as I do. Yeah, let's take a time machine and go back to June 6th, 2024.
This is so weird. I haven't done this in so long. I felt like I needed to record today because it's a very important day. Basically, every single year since last year, I had always filmed video about advice for university or even in high school. I always had a school-related video, and a lot of my content was revolved around school. Now I'm never doing that again after today. Today's my graduation. And I remember filming a graduation in 2020 when it was COVID, and I really liked that video. I still sometimes go back to it. It's just a really niche memory being able to graduate in COVID and how we kind of had to do that. Now I'm gonna be graduating in somewhat normal-ish circumstances. We do have like an encampment that's happening on campus as well. So it's just cool that I have a record of me graduating in COVID, and then now me graduating in Toronto and university I've dreamed about going to since I was 14. That's crazy to me. I also received really good news this morning and I cried. I'm very overwhelmed with emotions. There's really not much to say. I just gotta get started with the day. Dr. Seuss. This weather does not scream graduation weather at all. So I have just sprayed my hair with water to make it damp, and I'm just trying to revamp it a little, make it look a little more fresh. I've quite literally forgotten how to use my camera, so adjusting the lighting and stuff like that, I'm relying on autofocus and it is not doing me justice at all. I put a little bit of the serum in my hair. One mistake I've made is I put a bunch of it and then your hair doesn't dry. Then I also like to put this Frizz Ease foam by John Frieda. So off topic, I am just in such high vibrations. I am attracting so much positivity. I am so happy today. I'm also very emotional today. It's a little bit damp. I'm gonna let the rest kind of air dry. I'm starving, I need to eat food, and then I'll kind of pick up where we left off and do the rest of my hair. Bottoms up. Having protein in my coffee, in my matcha, in my lattes is the best thing that I have ever discovered.
Today's video is my graduation vlog, and I am so excited.
Let me know. All you guys have seen me with is long hair, except for that one time in like 2021 where I also chopped my hair. Do you prefer me with long hair or short hair? Because a lot of people really like me with short hair, and I want to go back long. Okay, everybody, it's time to get ready. This part is just gonna be pretty much chit chat, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about my university journey. It's a pretty interesting one. Well, first things first, today is very bittersweet. I don't have family at my graduation. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it because of immigration not issuing our visas. So I do not have any relatives watching me graduate, which is kind of sad. Seeing all the messages. This is not the biggest accomplishment that I will achieve in my life, and I will do something else where they can come and be there to witness that. When I first got started at U of T, I was 18 years old. And I had my first year online COVID back home. That was such a really interesting experience, just trying to do university from the comfort of my house. Orientation week, I joined my sorority, and I really tried to make the most out of that experience being back home. And honestly, I think I did. I made some really good friends online. I did okay in my classes. But then come second year, I finally got here and I moved into my very first apartment ever. And that was also a really cool and exciting experience for me as well. And honestly, I grew a lot. I learned how to live by myself. I was doing pretty well here on YouTube too. I was posting a bunch of stuff. It's the first time that I got a bunch of collabs and like sponsored post. I was popping off in 2021, and I did not get into my initial program that I thought I was going to. Not because they didn't let me in. I dropped out of one of the classes because it was too hard. RIP CSC 165. You will not be missed. I really do not like that class. If you are a U of T student and you have to take that class, I think it's like computational, like math and computers and stuff. That is the bane of my existence. I ended up leaving my program in second year of university. I got an Instagram ad for the Faculty of Information, and they were doing UX design, which is what I wanted to do, but I just didn't know how to get into that because I was not in a UX design course. And they offered that as a master's program, and then in the bachelor program, you basically learn all things information science. Third year, one of the best years of my life. I was thriving socially. I was thriving. I just got off of my position of vice president of marketing in my sorority, and then I became the president of the Pan-Hellenic Association, so president of basically all of the sororities on my campus, like the association that oversees all the sororities. It was a really good year. I was a frat sweetheart. I just did a lot of things. I went outside of my comfort zone. I was socializing a lot more, and honestly that kind of was where I was when you last saw me, and everything kind of just went backwards from there. A lot of things changed in my life, both socially and personally, and I just needed a second. I ended up, everything just works out for a reason is something that I learned. I went through all of these changes in my life, and then all of a sudden, when I initially thought I was going to be living with two other people, we're going to be roommates, that literally did not work out for the life of it. We tried so hard to make it work, and God was just like, no. And I ended up moving out by myself. Really hard situation to even try and navigate, to try and live by myself. Like the housing market, absolutely horrendous, especially near U of T campus. Everything that just kind of changed. I went on a little bit of a social hiatus, and I was just trying to figure things out on my own. And obviously with a social hiatus comes my YouTube hiatus. This past year was honestly something that I felt like I needed. It's pushed me a lot to grow as a person. Oh, that's another update. I got a car. You guys missed a lot. You'll learn more over time, but I did get a car, so I don't take the TTC. What was I gonna say? As for what I graduated in, I finished with a Bachelor of Information. That's it. There's no specialization, like no major or whatever. I learned everything. I learned coding, I learned data science, I learned user experience design, I learned information architecture, I learned archives and like libraries and museums, and information policy, artificial intelligence. I learned it all. But that's what I graduated in. I'm assuming based on my GPA that I graduated with high distinction. We will see on the paper. I just have not mentally processed today yet. I'm just excited to see how everything goes.
Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter.
Teliezda Allison Chikumbi Reke.
Keep losing sleep, I'm at extreme at midnight.